Well, our partnership started last August of 2017, and a friend of mine came to a meeting up here. She didn't know anything about it, but she brought it back and brought it to our superintendent, and I'm so thankful to have a Christian superintendent here because our superintendent is Danny Massey in Brazosport ISD, and he's also a Christian, and he is so on the train for loving BISD. He loves it. And so he kind of introduced it to the community, invited a lot of pastors to a meeting and introduced it, and they just loved it. It was just a month later that I found out about it, and they were looking for a director. And I thought, well, that's nice, you know, and the Lord kept saying, you need to be the director. And I'm like, I don't know anything about it, Lord. But I did what he said, but I have loved it. I love it because it's an idea of getting people who love God into our schools to show that love to the kids. So many of the kids, I mean, if you're just sitting and reading with a student, you know, that's showing them the love of God. And some kids don't have that attention at home. Maybe they have a single mom who has to work all the time, or whatever the circumstances are. But you're bringing the love of God into the schools. And as a church, it's even better because it's not just one person here or there. I'm a retired teacher, so I know the need for volunteers in schools. And so it was just such a blessing to come and find out about this. And they have just been invaluable to us. It's wonderful how great Loving BISD, Loving Houston is. They've done all the research, they've done all the work, and they just hand it right to you. And it's like, wow, we don't have to go through and research all that. So, and all the workshops, and we've been trying to start our own organization. And so I've just been emailing Marilyn back and forth, and she just sends me everything they have. Here, you might need this, you might need that. And so they are just so giving and so loving to help others get started. And I really would like to see other school districts around us also start a loving organization. And so it's exciting, and I really do appreciate Loving Houston. We have 19 campuses, and that includes a credit recovery campus and a discipline campus. And right now we have about 20 churches that are involved with 17 of those schools. And some are in just beginning stages. I'm meeting the week after Christmas. I'm meeting with a new coordinator, and I started out at first kind of training as a whole, but a lot didn't come, and so now I've gotten to where I train my coordinators one-on-one, just over coffee or lunch or whatever. And it's really been wonderful getting to know so many different people, getting to know so many different churches. I love going in to see different churches. One of the visions that God gave me was to see the churches in our area come together. We're one body. We're not a bunch of different bodies. We're one body with a lot of different parts. And one of the ways that we did that this year, which God put it on my heart, and then he put it on our superintendent's heart also, was to have a prayer walk before school. And so during the summer, I kind of organized it, and we have a Facebook page, and so I put it on our Facebook page, and God just took over because it was so beyond my wildest dreams. I had probably 400 plus people share that on their Facebook page. We had our superintendent opened all 19 campuses. Either the principal or the vice principal, in almost all cases, was there at the front door to greet people that came in. We had sign-in sheets. We had hundreds and hundreds of people that went through and walked through every campus in our district and prayed in August before school began. And it was just the most humbling thing, because that was another way to bring the churches together, people just seeing each other in the halls and from every different church around town. And it's just been a blessing. And then I shared a prayer sheet with them, continue to pray this. The churches that I have, and I say, pray this over your school that you partners with. Pray with them. Pray for them every single week. Get your church to pray for them. And so that was just it was just a wonderful experience. But we have them going and doing so many things. We have a Read 2020 program, which probably more than one district here has, where you read with your child for 20 minutes every evening, and we want the third graders by 2020, all third graders to read on a third grade level. And so there's just different programs. We have a new mentoring program this year that we're really trying to get off the ground so that third grade through 12th graders can have mentors that will come in each week and spend time with them. So there are just many different jobs. Some are, running things off for teachers, just lots of different jobs, volunteer opportunities. But it has been such a blessing to me just to get to know the people, to see people's hearts, to see people come together. And I just really pray that all districts around us and around Houston can catch the vision of getting people to go in and love on people, not just the kids, but the teachers too. Those teachers need your love.
Yeah.
And we have people who go in, they just fix lunch once a month for the teachers. Or one school, they read with the kids, but they went in and before school they made them a little loaf of banana nut bread, and they made scarves for them and shared them with the teachers. Just things like that. We have another church who gives them out prayer requests regularly, and they say, write your prayer request, we will pray over them individually, and then they respond and tell them, what the Lord has shown them about that prayer request. So there's so many different ways to help, and I just feel very blessed to live where I live and to be the director of Loving Bee ISD.